aye, aye, Captain.
I like
Fucking
that because
Eddie.
it's Anchor. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to okay.
Ahoy!
Well, welcome back to Off the Tap Podcast. This week is episode 31, and we're doing Anchor Brewing Anchor Steam Beer. I think that's what it is. It's Anchor Brewing Company out
I
of
would
San
tell you, but I
Francisco.
don't.
Anchor steamed? Did you say Anchor steamed beer?
No,
It's a
Anchor
steam beer.
Steam Beer. I don't know if it's Anchor Steam Beer or if it's Anchor Brewing Co. Steam Beer.
Is it like, is that how they make it or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's just what
Made
it's
with some
named.
steam?
Have you ever
frothy.
taken an
Steamy?
anchor out of some really cold water
No,
and then it comes out of the water and it's steaming?
no.
No.
Have you ever
Or
taken
a
anything out
bald
of really...
guy's head
Yeah,
when
whenever
he's
you
playing baseball or something.
yeah, when the sweat is steaming.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen. Actually, I've never even seen that happen either. So it's
Really? You don't remember whenever we were in baseball that one morning and we were running with the freaking PE kit, or not PE, it was like dance or something out there. And we got done, or some of us got done, and we were sitting on the bleachers, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, snake," because my head was steaming. And
because it was like
and the
40
female-
degrees outside.
Yeah, and the female coach threatened to tell Coach Cordova on me.
I
Just said the
remember.
F word.
Okay, I remember hearing that story. I don't think I was present.
Yeah,
Dude, I could not go back.
we were all
To that
steaming,
time
and I was
period.
pumped up. No, me either.
Dude, you know it'd be fun.
Where people
if-
actually told me what to do.
Yeah, you know it'd be fun
my
is if
life.
like Cordova tried to tell us what to do now. Like, what would you say back to him? Would you snap off? Would you like let loose on some swear words, or
No. I still have respect
probably-
for people, you know.
would you authorita? Would you just
Yeah.
say yes, sir?
Respect
be-
my authority.
I would be like, yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
It depends on like I've noticed I've got I have respect for people, but I put up with a lot less than I used to whenever I was a kid. Like I will argue with people at a store when they try and tell me something. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, for sure. I've definitely grown a little bit more of a pair of balls, you know.
Yeah.
9.4.
Dude, it's very good.
Wow. Is it? I haven't tried it.
So I was reading, and I'm pretty sure it's an amber lager, I think. An amber lager.
Dude, it's good. I'm going 9.4.
I could be wrong. I know it's amber colored. So it's an amber, but I don't know what
Just drink it,
style
Amber.
of beer it is.
I love how it smells.
But it's absolutely incredible. I was telling the boys right before we started that the way my straws are lining up out of my two beers is I can drink them at the same time, and I'm very happy about that now.
That's impressive. Do it. Let me see you do it. Nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it tastes so good. It tastes like a good meal. It doesn't taste like
Alright.
food, but
Before I rate this,
you can tell they've been brewing it for a very long time, like they say they have.
yeah, they
It's
got it down.
very well done.
Yeah,
Very
It
smooth,
tastes,
very crisp.
I'm energized because of it. I feel like I just drank a Red Bull and did a line of cocaine. Even though I don't know what that feels like.
At the same time.
so-
not in separate. I was drinking the Red Bull as I was snorting the Coke.
It was very difficult.
It was.
So before I rate mine, I want to play ABVs because I want to find out, and then I will issue a rating.
Okay, well I know it, so I'm out. So it's you two that are going after it this week.
5.1.
4.6.
It's 4.9. So Sean
I
win.
technically got closer, but only by 0.1.
I win.
Double
Alright,
check
so-
that on the
so
can for
for-
me. That's what it said online. But
Where is it?
I don't know. I saw it
4.9. Yeah.
Yeah.
4.9, yeah.
In San Francisco.
San Fran.
Dang, dude. If this started with a 1, it was going high. I mean, a 5, it was going to go high 9s.
Yeah,
But because it's in the 4s,
That's good, dude.
hey man, you can
That's
round
really
that
good.
up. Come on now, don't be that professor in college. We all hated that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on, you can do it.
Come on, bruh. I'm definitely not gonna let my rating slip down because of the percentage on this one.
How does it taste?
9.7.
how it
Oh,
gums
wow.
to Gum 5 feels.
Yeah, how it tastes to drink a good beer.
It's
How
phenomenal.
it feels to taste it. You know what?
How it tastes to 5 drink gums.
How it
Oh,
tastes
dude.
to feel 5 gum.
What are you rating it, Andrew?
I said 9.7.
Oh, okay.
9.7. Whoo. Y'all are both gonna be up there, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Uh-huh. It's really
I
good.
could drink this. I could drink this from now on. If all beer stopped being produced and I just had to drink this, I would be all right with that.
What about your 10? Which one was your 10?
Crawford Bach.
Crawford.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
saying
up,
I want that to happen, but
this is up there with Crawford for me, for sure. In fact, I need to make sure and look back at what I gave Crawford Bach because, yeah. Yeah, I gave Crawford a 9.6. I think I'm going to give this one a 9.5. It's right there with it. It's very good.
It's so good.
A very good rating for this beer. But also, listen to this story on the back. It almost makes you feel bad, but also proud. Like, bad for them, but proud of them and proud to drink this beer. It says, forged in San Francisco, born of the gold rush and survivor of earthquakes, fires, and prohibition, Anchor Brewing's history is intrinsically linked to San Francisco.
They've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I will say that as like modern and cool as this can looks now, the can before it,
Way better.
it's a lot cooler, I think. Like it's a lot more, it fits the theme a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
Where can I
When
go
you
to find
sent
this?
Just look up Anchor Beer.
when you sent me this beer rental to get for the podcast, it had the old logo on it, so I
Oh,
was
that's
like
so much better.
Yeah,
I was
it's a lot
struggling to
cooler.
find it.
Yeah, Sean,
That
what
is
did you
so
give
much
it?
better.
What did you give the rating?
9.4.
9.4.
That is
Way
that's cool.
cooler.
It's so much better. It fits like the nautical theme a lot better. Everything about it.
This new logo is like taking that old logo and Jimmy Buffett-tizing it.
Yeah, they did it. Apparently,
What does that
whenever I
even
was,
mean?
No one
when I-
knows what it means, but it's provocative.
when I was looking up the can and stuff for the video background for the podcast, I came across an article where I guess it's recently changed. Like, I don't know if in the last year or two, but a lot of big fans of the brewing company and the beer were pretty upset about it on social media and stuff.
Hey, as long as it
And,
tastes the same.
Yeah, I mean, at least it still tastes good, but I can see it. They did it because I think they wanted to like incorporate all their other lines of beer and make everything look similar.
Yeah.
I think was the reason, but I'm like, man, I don't know. I think I would be pretty upset too, going from that can.
But who's the real bad guy? The guy that changes the can of the beer to accumulate all of the other beer brands that are thrown out there with like different colored cans but same logo and everything, or the guy that has the time to get on Twitter and tweet at them that they're angry about the beer can changed?
Well, see, that's me though. I would be that guy that got on and said, "Hey, why'd you change the can, dude? We love the can."
Would you?
I mean, that's part of my podcast.
You know,
It's part
okay.
of our podcast. That's what we do.
Now that I think about it, I would be I think I would be upset if they changed the Crawford Bach can.
Right? Yeah, you know what
I
I
don't
mean.
think I would drink. I
Oh,
don't think I would
yeah.
drink it anymore.
It would be. There's a lot of cans that I really enjoy that I don't want to go away, and I feel like that would have been one of them.
Okay,
In fact,
I agree.
that
I just
is
had to
one of
put
them.
it. I had to put it in different perspective.
Yeah, I get you.
So just so y'all are aware, a steam beer is a highly effervescent beer made by fermenting lager yeast at a warmer ale yeast fermentation temperature. So it is,
It is a type of brew.
yeah, maybe steaming that bitch.
Hey, steam it in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man,
They got the dudes from like Stanley Steamer over there, just like
Stanley
can.
Steamer, your certified cleaner.
That's what it is. I was trying to think of that. Oh my god.
Well, yeah,
Dude, this beer is great.
Is there any logos that have ever changed from something that y'all knew growing up, and now you're like, man, what the hell?
I don't know. Why don't we drink while I think about it?
Okay, I'm down with that.
I like just
Andrew?
like I
Andrew?
mentioned this.
Andrew.
Yep. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Just like I mentioned a few minutes ago, the Astros logos have changed throughout my life, right? But whenever they went back to what they are now, perfect. Perfect.
The star with the H, and the orange and blue and everything.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I do really love this. Our new logo. I love it a lot more than the brick red that we were.
Yeah, the red star that
agree.
it's like.
Yeah, but my favorite of all time is the navy blue and gold from the early 2000s.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
nice.
okay. Yeah.
You know,
Those are fire, too.
when they went from that, you know, you're like, especially when they go to the freaking red brick, and then, but when they went to the orange, I remember it was in like 2012 or 13, wasn't it? Somewhere over there.
Yeah. Those were nice, dude.
Huge change.
You know what the best thing about this uniform was the hats.
The blue
In
and
my
gold
opinion.
ones.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The hats were the best thing. I know that I'm always pretty impartial to whenever like businesses change their logos and stuff. Sometimes I'm happy about it, and then sometimes I'm not so happy about it. So I'm always on the fence, but there's definitely some that have come around where I'm like, why did you do that, dude? Like Chili's. When
Yeah.
Chili's
changed
changed
their logo.
Well, Chili's, remember, it used to be like the all lowercase letters, right? And it would just say Chili's. And then they changed it to just the chili pepper with an S after it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
didn't
why would
even
you do that?
Realize that.
Why would you do something like that, bro?
Oh no, dude! I'm looking at companies that change their logos. Look at the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone magazine.
The magazine. I don't usually eat here. I don't usually eat here. But dude,
Oh
Burger
no,
King.
yeah, that's bad too.
Burger
So it
King.
went from that old school
Like
style,
bolded font.
yeah, where it's like three dimensional with the shading behind it, to just like plain old red letters.
Yeah, that sucks. What were you saying about Burger King, Sean?
I was gonna say I like Burger King's old logo better than the one they have now. The old one is literally just like,
GoDaddy got
there's like two buns with Burger King in the middle of it. It's nice and simple, and now it's like a stupid looking Pepsi logo type thing.
Oh yeah, their
Not
new
that I eat at
logo
Burger King.
isn't that good. Bro, I like Burger King, man.
I know someone that got Hep A from eating a Burger King. I haven't been back since.
Hey,
oh god,
sometimes you gotta take a
GoDaddy got rid
chance,
of the
you know what I mean?
crazy guy.
Oh, did they?
They went super modern.
Yeah, the
I
crazy
feel like
guy
that's what a lot of people do now. Is they're just going that super modern route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I get. I mean, you got to change with the time, but you know, even going back like with the Pepsi, even like changing the cans to me seems kind of taboo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like don't mess with
What
something so
about-
classic, bro.
What about Papa John's? Apparently, and IHOP. So Papa John's. Why won't it do this,
Well,
man?
Hey, Andrew, you know that this is a podcast and all of our listeners can't see what you're showing them on the screen, right?
Well, I'm not trying to show them. I'm trying to show you guys.
Well, they can if they watch them on YouTube,
That's true.
True.
which we're in
That's
the
true.
process of
Can we
getting them
just-
all uploaded on there. But you know,
I got a new idea, guys.
What?
I like this beer so much. Can we just like sit here and just in silence and just drink the beers for the whole podcast? You know, try that out.
Why are we gonna sit in silence? You don't want to hear us talk?
No, we just sit here and drink beers for an hour nonstop. It's a
Well, what
new
we could
thing.
do is let's
new
just like
genre.
all just quiet. We could quietly drink one beer, and while we're quiet, everyone else that's a listener has to drink that whole beer.
Yeah, new game. If you want to talk, you
And
got to chug your beer first.
And if they don't drink the whole beer in the allotted silent time, then they have to turn off the podcast and never listen again.
Oh God.
Okay, well,
Sounds like a
maybe not.
terrible game.
Let's not, you know, let's not say that.
Oh my God.
I'm
dude, it's
joking,
so,
guys.
So
I love
good.
you.
I was trying to
It's
stay
so good.
silent because the beer master had requested it, or the brewmaster had requested it, but
This
I
is
can't
probably
anymore.
this is
I'm
one
not
of
gonna
my
listen to what
favorite
Sean
beers now.
says.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite beers I've ever had.
So
It's incredible.
we want to talk about what we would have been doing in 1896, over 100 years ago. 100
Dude, that was 100 years
20
before I
years
was
ago?
born.
124 years ago, 25.
Yeah, 25 almost. Well, yeah, 25. Yes. I don't know what month they were established, but
That's crazy.
that is very ridiculous to think about. I don't know
remember
what the
those
hell I
times
would have
like
been
it was
doing in
yesterday.
1896, dude. I don't. I'm sure I would have been like old westing it out. You know what I mean?
Anything 1800 just feels so old. Like in my mind, I was like, was that when the plague happened? I know that's not what it was, but it just seems like it was that long ago.
See, once you get to like once you get behind the 1920s, I don't know what anything else. I just imagine it's all Western. I imagine that
I agree.
in between the years 1919 and 1920, in that year, somewhere in between that, it went from dirt roads to paved roads and cars. That's what happened.
Overnight, aliens.
Literally, that's how I feel like it happened.
The Industrial Revolution.
The industrial nightly overhaul.
Yeah, so we should have done this. We should have done this whole podcast in a radio voice from back then.
That was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good.
That was.
Uh,
that was
I got
really
s-
good.
I got a fun fact about 1890s. It wasn't 1896, but just that the what do you call that? Like the 80s was like I don't know, like an era. So the 1890s era, the decade.
Mhm.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball was invented in the 1890s.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, was it the NBA or it was just basketball in general?
No, just basketball in general. And there was only 13 rules to basketball when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, they played with like
So if
literal
you-
baskets. So
If you had asked me what I've been doing in the 1890s, I would have been LeBron James of 1890s.
oh yeah, okay.
First of all, I'm not as tall as like NBA players are today. But in 1896, a 6'1" dude was probably pretty tall. You know,
Yeah.
Andrew would have been able to dunk easily.
Easily.
I don't know. Abe Lincoln was 6'4" like 40 years before that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
He could have been a
basketball wasn't
real
around.
NBA star.
Yeah. If
That's
he would
true.
have made it,
That's
if he would
true.
have made it 30 more
That's
years.
true.
He would have made a lot more money, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I legit don't know. I guess I could. When was baseball invented? Was baseball in the early 1900s?
No, it's probably. I don't know. When was
Or the
baseball?
MLB was?
See,
I
I was.
know.
See,
When
I
was
was gonna say
baseball
I would
invented?
start my own Major League Baseball team. That's what I would do. Get ahead of the curve, pun intended.
Baseball was invented in Cooperstown, New York during the summer of 1839.
Oh, so
So
maybe
it's got
we'd
some
be
years
late to
on
the game if we
basketball.
tried to do a Major League Baseball.
I would have
team.
probably
Yeah,
been
but
playing baseball
you
in a
think-
cornfield somewhere in 1896.
think
That's what I
that-
would have been doing.
In 1896,
Field of
that-
Dreams style.
You think the curveball or the
Yes.
slider had been invented yet? Because I'd be striking everybody out. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, that's if we went back
Randall-
in time and we took our current skills. I'm saying, like,
Absolutely.
what life would you have lived if you were born then? You know what I mean? If you were alive then.
Oh, probably the same one I'm living right now.
I would go in with you guys and start a Major League Baseball team, and we would get rich.
How
Yeah,
much do you think it
probably.
would have costed to make a
Costed it.
What-
Probably
I said
$20.
costed too, but it still was wrong.
a full
It still
full
costed.
baseball organization like the Yankees. If we wanted to start the Yankees in
$8,000?
1896, probably like $100.
No way.
Nah, no.
I would say maybe 8 to 10
Realistically,
grand.
I would say about 10 grand because if you think about it, like people would buy and sell horses, like 20 horses for like $300, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to be significantly richer than that, even though horses were like
And I'm not-
cars
and I'm
of today
talking-
back then.
And I'm not even talking to have like a stadium built or anything. I just mean literally to found a team and hire players to play for your team. Like I don't need to have a
Okay, but
stadium
what
built.
about
We just need somewhere to play. That's you know what I mean? Like we just make a field somewhere. I didn't there wasn't like 20, 30, 40,000 people going to watch a baseball game back in that day. It was like maybe what, 150 max.
how
If
do you
that.
scout players back then? You know, like you just like
You got to have really
ride your
powerful
horse.
binoculars, brother. That's what you
Yeah.
You ride your horse to like Nebraska and you see this guy just like hit a potato over a whole potato
Wait.
farm. You're like, yeah, all
I don't know
right.
jack shit. I don't know
onto
jack shit about the
something.
1800s. I don't know jack shit. Did they even have cars?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It was in the 1900s, right? Like
Yeah.
1908 was the first car or
1908.
something.
Cars became widely available
Yeah.
because of Ford. So they might have had them.
In
But you had to be
1908.
That's
So
when
yeah,
really rich
That's
to
when
get them.
the assembly line was like when Ford established the assembly line, I guess.
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
stung by a wasp the other day, and the shit is so itchy. Sorry,
That's
guys.
what I would
Probably
do.
would've been
I would
getting stung by a
invent.
lot
I
of
would.
wasps.
I would invent a Tesla.
Yeah.
In 1896.
You would have also had to invent power, probably.
No. They
Okay,
already
we
did
didn't-
that for me.
We didn't go from the light bulb to motorized vehicles in a decade, bro.
And Andrew's
Motorized
like,
self-driving vehicles.
Oh,
Andrew's
God.
like, what, Thomas Edison? He's like, I've done it. I've invented the light bulb. Andrew's like, oh yeah, I just built this Tesla. Check this out. You think you're cool?
Edison goes, that son of a bitch got me again.
I can go 400 miles on a single charge
Oh, man.
Yeah.
with my wheels. They're made out of
I'll
sheepskin.
tell you who will win the 2020 Super Bowl. I'll bet $1 million on it.
Yeah, it's like Back to the Future. Now we're talking about Time
See,
Machine. I don't
yeah,
think that was the
now-
question.
Yeah, no, now, see, y'all are talking about what would you be doing if we went back to 1896. I'm talking about if you were born in that era and you were living in that time, what would you be doing right now?
I don't know. There's too
Oh,
many.
dude, I would be. I
Wait,
don't
am
know.
I
I
born?
think I could.
Wait, am I born in the same town to the same parents?
You can be wherever. I mean, what would you, where would you want to move? What would you want to go do with your life? That's what I'm saying.
I'm definitely moving to New York.
I'd want to move to New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm moving to San Francisco
Ooh.
to drink
For this beer
Yeah.
alone, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm moving there for this beer alone.
and for
That's
rice-a-roni.
it. Rice-A-Roni's out of San Francisco?
Yeah, it was
Well,
created- it was invented in
imagine
San
that,
Francisco.
bro.
And Ghirardelli, I think.
Imagine
When was Rice-A-Roni invented, though? It hadn't been
it's-
around yet. There's no way.
You never heard those commercials, dude? Rice-a-roni, the San
Uh,
Francisco treat.
So two things. It would be cool if we could go back to 1896 altogether, and we were in San Francisco drinking this beer at like like someone's playing a piano in the corner, and all that like old school bar shit. But we're drinking this beer.
Anytime-
That'd be cool.
anytime
Also,
you
what is
say-
rice-a-roni?
Anytime you say like piano in an 1800s bar, I just assume they're playing like carnival music.
Okay.
Yeah, the fast pace.
Also, we
I-
would not have been
I-
able to eat.
I
We couldn't have eaten
automatically
rice-a-roni.
think of Charlie Chapman, even though that's before his time.
Yeah, me
What
too.
is
That's a star.
rice-a-roni?
It's like
Wait, are you asking when was rice-a-roni invented, or what is it?
he's
What is
asking what is it? I was asking when was it invented?
What is? Okay, Randall, to answer the easy question first, we couldn't have eaten it because rice-a-roni was invented in 1958.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So we'd have been
Whoa.
about 60 years too early. Andrew, to answer your question,
We would have been there
how
though.
do
We
you-
would have been
how do you
really
not know
old.
what
but we would've been there.
rice-a-roni is?
Is it rice that's like macaroni?
No, it's like rice that's in a box and it's flavored, and you boil it in water, and it
It's boxed
cooks
rice.
and it tastes good. It's like Uncle Ben's minute
like the-
rice, but
It's
it
like
tastes better.
Zataran's
Okay,
box,
yeah, Uncle
boxed
Ben's.
jambalaya, but it's just rice.
How do you not know what rice-a-roni is, bro?
I've had Uncle Ben's. I just didn't know I didn't know what rice-a-roni was. But I'm gonna have to give it a try now
was Uncle
because
Ben's out of Louisiana?
rice
man.
is a good.
Is that out of Louisiana
Better be.
or Zataran's?
That better be.
And when was that
Louisiana,
invented? Was that invented in the 1800s?
too. It was invented right here.
Oh,
That was a good
I don't
one.
know. I've done so much googling this episode, my fingers are starting to hurt.
I think going to New Orleans would be pretty cool back in that time too.
I
That
would
would be cool.
love to be there.
I feel like it would be very. I don't even know what to call it. Like the part of New Orleans that's like voodoo and like Marie Laveau, like
Uh-huh.
old like
You-
legends of New Orleans. I feel like you'd go back in time and it would just be like a mosh pit of scared people. Like I just keep thinking about the plague. I don't know why.
It's because
I don't
there's
know, but
just
I
such a
imagine you can get
large gap between like 1870 to 1920 of history. We're just like everybody was like, well, it's just the way of life for the next 40 years, so whatever.
I feel like that's what we're living in right now.
Yeah, but even now things are advancing still very fast.
Yeah.
Where then, I mean, it was still everything was like still advancing fast and people were inventing stuff, but like there's no really strong highway of communication back in that day. So, you're
Right.
just kind of doing your thing for 40 years. And just nothing
1896.
significant happened, Like, I don't know. It seems like such a blah time period.
It does.
Because
They did
wasn't slavery abolished in like 76 or something?
65.
1865.
I think. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like nothing happened from there until like Ford.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took him too long to do anything. If you wanted to go to the beach, it was an 8-day horse ride.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else that happened. Sherlock Holmes was invented.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wasn't he just a person?
No, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes was the first book. Was published in 1892.
Oh, so the story of Sherlock Holmes.
And in 1896, the first modern Olympic Games was held.
Am I
since
stupid
Greece.
for thinking that he was a real person? Is he not a real person?
Don't ask me. Because I'm not going to answer. Because it's better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So,
Okay, I'm with you. What did you say? The
So I'm
first
gonna leave that.
Olympics?
first modern Olympic Games. Yep.
First modern
18
Olympic Games?
This one is actually in 1896. So
Oh,
the first relevant one was in
nice.
1896. Yeah.
So we would have listened to some guy on the radio, casting the first modern Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, he threw a spear. Very nice. 100 yards.
Whoa, goddamn. 100 yards.
They're rounding the third corner.
Jesus Christ.
They're rounding the
My
third
man-
corner.
my man
Coming in
said
on the
that-
final stretch.
My man set the record on his first attempt of all time.
Everyone else is like, bro, what the fuck?
Everyone else been training for years and years. After they heard about this, they've been getting like
Listen, man.
40, 50 yards thinking, hell yeah, this guy just launches one to space.
Listen, man.
And
I
they
never
just
watched,
turn around and
I
go,
never watched
fuck
spear
this.
throwing.
They just go,
Everyone else-
fuck this, man.
I feel like that's a far spear throw. Maybe I need to grow into some like ancient Greco-Roman records and see if
100
anybody's ever
yards?
thrown a spear 100 yards.
Achilles from fucking Troy ain't throwing a spear 900 yards.
You never know.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that.
Well, you
I
know
think
what?
that might be a false
Because
statement.
he probably would, but nobody threw a spear 100 yards back then. They might have thrown it 100 meters, but no one threw it 100 yards.
True. You know what I always wondered about that movie? Because his name is Achilles, right?
Yeah.
And the Brad Pitt's character. And at the
Mhm.
very end of the movie, he gets a spear thrown through his Achilles tendon. Is that
Yeah.
why his name was Achilles?
No, that's why it's called
Yeah, that
your
was his
Achilles
one
tendon.
weakness.
That's why it's called your
It
Achilles
was your one
tendon?
weakness.
Yeah, because his mother had dipped him in the river Styx, like in the underworld. She had dipped him in the river Styx, and she held onto him by his Achilles tendon when she dipped him in there. So that was the only part that didn't go into the water of the river Styx, and so that was the only part of him that wasn't immortal. So in like
Why couldn't she just like dip him and then like pull him out and then like grab his hand this time
Dip him
and then
again.
dip him again?
Yeah.
I don't
Kind
know.
of like whenever you're battering a catfish or something, you
Yeah.
dip one side, fluff it out, and flip it and dip the other
Yeah.
side.
So that was the only part of him that was like mortal. That was his weak spot. So when he got hit with the arrow, then he died because that's why it's called your Achilles heel, because of that legend or whatever.
I always thought it was just legit because he got killed with it because his Achilles. I didn't realize there was like a whole backstory. I just thought,
Oh yeah. Look, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of
I don't
friends
know.
until I met you guys, so I read a lot of books.
Dude, I heard a lot of stories about people like getting robbed at their cars, and they walk up to their car and someone's like laying under their car, and they just like cut their Achilles tendons
I've seen
and
that.
then rob them,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
and that just scares me. Like, would you ever be able to like? I mean, I guess they would be able to reconnect it, right? They could reconnect it nowadays.
I'm sure.
But
they
if someone
figure
did
out
that to you in
something.
1896, you would just not walk for the rest of your life. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd just have a hard limp. It'd be all right.
yeah.
You just like you could sit horseback all your life, just walk into
Yeah.
the bar on a horse.
First of all, if in 1896 you walk up to your horse, not paying attention, not see a guy underneath your horse that slits your Achilles tendon, you don't
That's a little
deserve
bit-
to walk. You know
He's
what I
on the
mean?
underbelly of your horse, like
Just hanging on. Just
yeah.
oh man. Yeah, no, I heard about that story like legit right when I started driving. That it had happened before I'd started driving, but I heard about it then. And for like the first month after I heard about it, anytime I would go out to my car, I would just like out from a distance open my driver door and then jump in.
That's like me. That's like me when I was a kid jumping into bed. I didn't want the monster in my bed to grab my ankle, you know. So you like run and you touch the light, you turn the light switch off, and then you run and like jump halfway across your room to the bed. You jump like freaking Air Jordan across your room to get on.
Yeah.
Straight up,
Or when,
catch me diving like Michael Phelps into that bitch, bro.
or I'm sure Andrew, I'm sure you probably had a problem with this, but we're both kind of tall, so when you're sleeping and the your feet hang off the end of the mattress.
Oh, bro! What if someone were to reach up and just like nick your Achilles tendons? Just you wake up in the morning. You wake up in the morning. You don't realize anything's wrong, and you go to hop out of bed, and you just collapse.
I think you would wake up if that happened to you.
First of all,
Well,
if
if
you
maybe
don't
if
wake
not-
up from that, I need whatever medication you're taking to sleep, brother.
Oh,
Oh,
dude. Oh,
well,
God. You're
what-
putting me in so much pain right now because I'm not thinking like knife. I'm thinking like someone just comes up from under your
Just
bed with a
grab
pair of
it.
hedge clippers and just like.
Oh,
I was just
Lord!
thinking like pinching it and pulling it, man.
I was thinking like a scalpel, just quick and easy, just cut.
You can't get deep
You
enough
know?
with a scalpel, dude.
Oh my god! Just the hedge clippers with the bent scissor end on it.
And you just
Oh God, yeah. Just straight out of a Saw movie.
It makes the sound like when you when you open it, pull a
just a-
rubber band. You pull a
No,
rubber band.
it makes the sound of snipping a yopon out of the woods. You know what I'm talking about?
know-
Just
You know those. God, now I'm thinking of like Saw movies. You know, the hedge trimmer that has the two blades that are on top of each other. They go back and forth. So it's
Yeah,
like under
yeah.
bed, middle of the night. You just hear,
Oh.
like, oh my God.
they just open the
You know
blade
what's
up.
crazy?
They
So-
stop it right where there's like the perfect.
Shut up! Stop. There's a gap just big enough to fit your. Oh God.
And they put it in
No.
there and they start it, but it doesn't have enough power to cut through yet, so it's just bouncing back. It's just bouncing back and forth until it finally cuts through.
I'm never sleeping with my feet out the end of the bed again.
Wire.
God.
They do it with wire cutters, wire strippers. Just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. So when
What are
I
we
was a
talking
kid,
about? How did we get
I
here?
know what you're talking about, Sean. You talk about with your feet hanging off the end of the bed. Well, whenever I was a kid, that was a problem whenever I was like 9 and above. But whenever I was a little bit younger, I was terrified someone's gonna come kill me in my sleep. So I would like lay as flat as I could, and then like pull the blankets up really high, like it was a made bed, and then put a pillow over my face, and sleep on my back
Are
to
you
try and make the
serious?
bed look as empty as I could. Yes, I'm
Oh
not
my
even messing
God.
with you. But hey, guess what? No one ever cut my Achilles tendon when I was sleeping.
Andrew was literally always cosplaying as a bed growing up as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do that too. Like I would put the covers over my feet. Like I wouldn't want them hanging over the blanket. I would like check under my bed before I went to sleep and in my closets. And then one day I realized that like, hey, I could put the covers over my feet and like the pillow and stuff, but like if someone wants to kill me in my sleep, this blanket's not going to protect me.
Yeah.
And then once I realized that, I was like,
Well-
okay, well, I guess I'm just going to be complacent with death, you know?
Wow, you were a forward-thinking child. I mean, I was terrified.
I was. My third birthday was crazy.
So when I got my first machete, it was great.
Yeah.
I was never scared of anybody coming into my room and killing me as a child because I never had a reason to be, I guess. But I was always just scared of dying in general, just going to sleep and not waking up. So I would some nights when it hit me worse, I would just lay there all night and just do nothing.
I still think about that.
I think
I do now.
Mine's
but at
just
this
like
point, I'm
me
like,
being
you know
murdered.
What? If it happens, it happens.
Like, I don't care if I like die in my sleep. I just don't want to be murdered or like die of natural causes. You know what I mean? But if I don't want to be murdered, like.
No, I agree.
I don't know.
I
What am I?
don't want it to happen. I'm just saying. I never, as a kid, I was never like, oh man, somebody's gonna come into my room and stab me to death.
I watched too much crime TV then when I was a kid or something. Too much news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, my greatest fear, and it's kind of a weird fear to have, but my greatest fear is that my children are going to kill me one day. You know, because like you just think you're safe in your own home, and then your kid comes in there with an axe and murders your whole family. You know?
Okay, that's morbid.
Dude, no, that's literally one of the most terrifying things on the planet to me. I'm so worried that my kids, for some reason, just gonna snap on me one day because I'm like, no, I'm done. You're eating this fucking chicken I cooked. You're not getting macaroni and cheese.
Eat your green beans, bro. Eat your green beans. You know.
I paid for those green beans. Damn it, eat them. And then he's gonna be like,
and then he comes in
your
room.
Dad? I know where your drill is, dog. Or I
know
where the house is.
Yeah. You know what? Andrew's gonna have kids, and he's gonna readopt the thing of where he lays flat in the bed and puts his head under the pillow.
No, I'm sleeping with my door locked. I'm sleeping with my door locked. You're gonna have to knock on my door, bro.
Deadbolts and chain locks on my shit, dog.
Hopefully by that time I have enough money to where I can hire somebody. You know, like John Wick, where he's sleeping in the hotel room and the guy's like on the other building with the sniper looking at him.
Yeah.
Hire somebody to be in the next house over, looking at my bedroom with the sniper.
Hire someone to camp out on your neighbor's roof with a sniper, watching your child's bedroom just to make sure.
But then that's something else you got to worry about. If you don't give that guy a Christmas bonus, then maybe it's him that takes you out.
Yeah, you know.
Okay,
at least that way it'll
so
be
you
nice,
agree with me,
quick, and
Randall?
swift.
I thought you all were going to judge me for that, but it happens all the time. These little kids lose their mind, grab axes or 12 gauges and go in and just kill their whole family.
Well, it's because, like, a few years ago, my mom is big into the true crime stuff, investigation, discovery, and stuff, and I would watch her with her all the time, and there was one where this kid drove from college one night to his parents' house, put the code in so the alarm didn't go off, he snuck into the house, and literally, like, axe murdered them. But dad, but the mom survived somehow. It was like literally a miracle. And then the mom defended him in court because she didn't remember it because she didn't have memory of it. So she was like, no, it wasn't him. He would never do something like that. They still convicted him because there was fingerprints all over it, but you know.
Right. So you know what? I think I understand what I have to do.
I could never, dude. It's one of my worst things. I'm gonna say the wrong thing one time, and you know my kids.
Yeah, it's my worst. It's my greatest fear.
I think I understand what I have to do. I think I have to have a dummy that looks like me in the bed, and then I sleep above the bed in a part of the roof.
No, you sleep under the bed.
No, I sleep in a part of the roof. It's right above the bed, right? And anytime that the door alarm goes off and it goes beep 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 of my little hatch, right? I'm in a hatch right here above the ceiling. And if someone hits the bed with an axe, I have a little peephole where I can see, right? It drops down. I fall upside down. My legs are tied up here. I fall upside down with a shotgun that comes out next to me. And I just survey the room, and I would do it as necessary, you know?
When you
don't sleep underneath.
When you said sleeping above the bed, I immediately thought you were just like up in the corner holding yourself.
Yeah.
Just
so my question
is
passed out, and you hear the door open, you just launch yourself off.
Whenever like in Pink Panther when he jumps out of the corner.
Yeah.
to
It's
attack Ponton, and Ponton dodges him. No, but you know what's funny? The one question that comes to mind when you tell me that's what you're going to do, Sean, is so whenever you go to sleep, do you tie your legs with a rope around your ankles so that way whenever it drops through, your legs are already tied, so you don't have to tie them whenever you wake up?
It's like gravity boots.
We're just really hurting our Achilles tendons tonight, man.
It's already
Just
cut.
putting a rope.
The hedge clipper guy got me last night. I'm not doing this 2 nights in a row.
That's why I built this hat.
It's like, you know, those headboards that people like have that you like hit them and it drops down their store like their guns in there, you know, some stupid shit like that, you know.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say
One
of
hit it
those.
that like turns the wall into a sex room or something.
Yeah, there's gonna be one of those, but instead of guns in the headboard, it's gonna be me inside the headboard, and you hit the headboard and I just drop down and roll out, all tactical.
Where's the wife?
Yeah, no,
in
they
all
have
this?
it where
Where's
it's
she
like a
sleeping?
credit
Just
card
next
that
to
goes in your
dummy the
wall.
bed?
It goes.
We just gotta hope that he attacks me first. I'm putting this all on. This is one strategy. I haven't planned that far ahead.
Sorry, babe.
Well, that's what I tell. It's so it cracks me up. Sometimes when we go places, Jill like requests to sleep. I always like sleeping closer to the door, but sometimes Jill will go into a room and she likes that side of the bed, so she's like, I'm gonna sleep on this side of the bed, and I'm like, suit yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're lost.
Yeah,
You're the first one out of this world in that case.
dude. You know what? You know what? I cannot like. It doesn't like bother me, but dude, you know when you go to a restaurant, I cannot sit with my back to the door in a restaurant,
Mhm.
and every
Yeah.
time Madison takes the seat that's facing the door, because she'll sit down first, and I'm like, all right, well, guess we're just gonna die. Like,
Yeah. I'm not gonna have any reaction time to this situation. This is gonna be
Nope.
great.
You ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Rather than
Yeah.
You know, I need to be able to. I need to be in the booth in the back corner, looking at the front door.
Well, it's funny. Like rather than cause a debate where you're like, I want to switch with you, you just say, all right, well, that's it.
Well, you know,
You
I'm
know?
not going to start an argument because I'd rather die.
That's just how it goes sometimes. You know what I mean? Listen, we've been having a great day. We came out to dinner
Yeah,
for a
you just
reason. It's
say-
been nice. I don't, you know, it's not worth
I'm not
the
dying.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm not dying in the Chili's. You know, it's okay.
Shit, Chili's might be. You might
Ugh.
die from the food. And well, no, Chili's is good actually. I'm just trying to make a
Their
joke. But I don't want to.
their
I don't want to shit on
appetizer
Chili's.
sampler. Oof.
Southwest
I
egg
love
rolls,
Chili's,
dog.
bro. Chili's goes hard.
Chili's does
Yeah.
slap, bro.
Especially-
That's why I
Madison,
stopped what I was
if
saying.
If you go to
dude.
Chili's, for drinks and apps, it's the move.
Bro,
Madison
they
hates
go for
Chili's,
some
dude. She hates
Margs
everything
and
about it.
Southwest egg rolls, dog.
I've been
Yeah,
to Chili's once
dude.
in the past 2 years.
That's good, man. And we got it. I got it a couple weeks ago. It's pretty solid.
I used to go there by myself at lunchtime to get the 3 for
I
10.
will say though, they need to change the name of their chicken tenders. Their chicken tenders are crispy chicken crispers.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we get it.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
don't-
Listen. Just
The-
call them crispy chicken tenders or something. You know.
There's some
Yeah,
crispy,
that's
crispy
lame.
crispers.
It's lame.
I agree.
It's
fair.
for the
That's
kids though.
like
you know
if
what I
my
mean?
if my kid calls his chicken strips chicken crispers, I'm definitely locking my door at night because he's the kind of kid that's gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dad,
In
can we
fact-
get some extra crispy crispers?
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, son.
No, go to your room.
Go to your room and don't ever come to mine ever. Ever
Dude,
again.
okay, we're already on a tangent. Who cares? Have you ever had Chili's chicken enchilada soup?
Mm-mm,
Nope.
I haven't.
Dude,
I'm not a big soup guy
not
though.
not just y'all, everybody in the whole world. This is a worldwide announcement right now. Next time you go to Chili's, get the chicken enchilada soup. Bro, it's the best, one of the best food items I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
But how long ago
I'm
was this? You
serious.
said you haven't been to Chili's in 2 years.
No, yeah, and I got it after 2 years of not getting it. We went like a
Ah,
couple months ago,
gotcha.
and I still got it. I used to get it every time I went in there. I can't exaggerate this enough. Before me and Madison got together, I would go there at least twice a week.
Is
Oh,
it is
yeah.
it is it
We used to
a
go a
app
lot in high school.
or is it an entree?
No, it's like you order a cheeseburger,
It's a soup.
and or I don't know, like a pasta, and instead of a salad, you get the soup.
Okay, all right, I'm doing it. I'll do it.
Do it. Go there and get you that.
I'm gonna do it.
what is it? That Cajun chicken pasta.
Do it.
And then
Oh, the Cajun chicken pasta is so
Dude,
good,
it
dude.
slaps.
chicken
That's what I
enchilada
usually
soup.
get.
It does
has
slap.
the what do you even call that? Like a pre-meal? Just a pre-me?
A preemie?
The
Appetizer?
pre-me? A pre-me? Like it's not really an appetizer
It's
because
not
an
a-
appetizer is
yeah.
like mozzarella.
It's
sticks
a
or something.
side.
What are you talking about?
Like
Yeah.
when you get a
The
soup or a
soup?
salad before you get your meal. What
It's
is
a
that called?
side. They call it a side salad. They just bring
Yeah,
it
but
out
is it
to
an
you
hors-
before
is
the
it an
meal.
Is it an hors d'oeuvre?
I don't think it's an
I don't
hors
know.
d'oeuvre.
I feel like
I don't
hors
think it's an hors
d'oeuvres are
d'oeuvre
passed.
either, but I like that word. I like that word.
It makes me feel
Um,
fancy, even though I know
let's
I'm not. You
see.
know what I mean?
I agree.
No, Chili's makes some good food. That's why I stopped what I was saying, man. I had to stop really quick before I made any regrets. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, I want to throw this out there. I don't know if we even did this last podcast. Let's just knock it out right now. You want to do the where are we drinking this beer at
Where are we drinking
Hold
it?
on, just a second. I want to.
before we forget?
I think we did it last week.
I can't remember. We probably did, but we
Yeah,
always
we
forget
did.
to do it until like the end.
Yeah, we did because I remember I said it was a lake beer for me.
Mm-hmm.
A boat beer, not a lake beer. A boat
That's
ride
right.
beer.
right.
Man, dude. I don't know. I would be doing something. I'm either doing something really enjoyable drinking this, or I'm doing something really, really, really chill. Either way, it's really enjoyable, but it's either really fun or like really laid back. You know what I mean?
I wish I would have known about this beer before I went to San Francisco.
Oh yeah. Well, next time you go, now you can.
I'm drinking
now you
this
know what to do.
beer. I'm drinking this beer all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this
That's when
anytime
I'm
I see
drinking
it
this beer.
on the
Just
shelves again.
constantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna give you a situation where I'm drinking it because it could be a situation where, like next week, I'm like, watching TV in my living room, and I'm just drinking this beer because I'm just gonna drink this beer. You know?
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
agree.
saying. It's just such
Like-
a good beer that I just want to drink it casually all the time.
I'm gonna drink it all the time. So that's when I'll drink this beer.
That's what I'm doing, drinking it all the time.
San Francisco's
Mhm.
pretty nice. Randall, you've been to San Diego, huh? You haven't been to San Francisco.
Yeah, San Diego, and I haven't been up to Los Angeles, but we drove close to Los Angeles. I
Okay.
haven't been in Los Angeles, but around it, I guess.
Dude, San Francisco's super nice. Like, it's really cool. I mean, I would never like move there because there's not a lot of land anywhere
Nice,
in California.
nice to
I guess.
visit though.
Like, yeah, it's super cool. Like they have Alcatraz, Golden Gate Bridge, this beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Going for Alcatraz is cool enough. Then you add this beer.
yeah. I didn't
Man.
see it anywhere. Their Chinatown was really cool.
Would it be called
I
an?
went to-
Would it?
What,
Would it
Andrew?
be an amuse bouche?
A what?
Amuse bouche?
I've never heard that word before in my life.
Amuse bouche.
You never heard it? It's kind of like a a small serving of food that doesn't include red meat that you eat before. You've never heard amuse bouche?
No. Sounds like something like
I need to take
Indian.
you to a restaurant, bro.
Yeah, the only restaurants I typically go to are Texas Roadhouse and fast food establishments.
I would
Chili's.
legit call it. I would call it a side. They call it a side salad.
I agree with
Like
side.
at Olive Garden, you get a side salad with your meal. Well, there
but
you
I
get
feel like it should be like
get
a
an
pre-meal
endless
side.
pre-meal. Well, I mean, it probably is technically a. Well, no, I don't know because you like. What do you want for a side? Would you like a salad for a side? But they just bring it out before
Absolutely
your
not.
meal because they
If
can
I
make
have
it
an
faster.
option
Yeah, but
of
that's
ordering,
Texas. I
if
mean,
they say, hey,
that's a place like Texas Roadhouse. You can't count on that as like.
I'm saying every restaurant I've been to, listen, here's the thing. I don't order a salad as a side for a meal. I don't ever. But my mom always does.
but hear
And
me
they
out.
always ask her if she wants a side salad, no matter
Hear me
where
out.
we go. And they bring it out before the meal. So,
So what about Olive Garden?
well, theirs is different, I think, because they have like the endless soup and salad thing.
Yes, so
It's like
that's
a
not a
salad
side.
course. Almost.
But I guess it's let's just settle on appetizer.
But
Pretty much an appetizer.
Yeah.
But like for that, I think you have to order the endless soup and salad to get
No,
it.
you just order an entree.
Well, the breadsticks are endless, but is the soup and salad always endless?
Salad is.
If you order
Salad
an
is.
entree, yeah.
Soup isn't. Soup isn't. Salad is.
Maybe you only have to pay for it if you do soup.
What are we supposed to be talking about?
Where are we drinking it? Yeah, that's what we were gonna do.
Oh, I knew I was drinking
Did
this.
you have an idea? Is that why you wanted to get it out of the way?
No, not at the moment.
Oh.
I would say evening. I would say evening pool. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's a little too rich of a flavor for like during the day. It would feel to me. It would feel like a 5-6 o'clock. The sun's a little bit lower in the sky. You know, you're trying to catch that beer buzz while you're sitting at the pool. You're listening to some Kenny Chesney. You know, that kind of.
Well, you're listening to some Kenny Chesney.
Andrew always brings his own speaker.
Yeah, because he
Just for
knows
Kenny.
I know how to throw a pool.
no one else is
I
gonna
know how
let
to
him
party
link
at the
up.
pool. Okay.
You know how to throw a pool?
No, I've got
Teach me sometime.
party. That's how you throw a pool.
Well,
Dude, I don't know. And the can's not giving me much to go off of as to where I would be drinking this.
no, the previous can gives me a little bit better of a vibe. I hate always like. I don't want to copy what Andrew's saying, but I definitely do get like a evening by the water vibe. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm doing? I figured it out. This
What?
beer's been around for a long time. 1896. So, let's say that I was born in 1896. And then in 1926, I'm 30 years old. And me and my boys are just trying to drink a little bit. And we live in California, right? But it's in the middle of Prohibition. I don't know when Prohibition was, but let's just assume it was
The 20s.
1926. So me and my boys, you guys, we're taking the old Toyota up to San Francisco. We're going into the speakeasy, buying 8 30 racks of Anchor, and we're hauling it across California all the way back to Southern California. No, this is in the 20s. We got a car. We stole it. We cut somebody's Achilles.
The Prohibition era.
We hit underneath it.
We're trying to
Yeah,
smuggle.
we hit underneath it and cut their Achilles. Fastest car in the galaxy. And so
we're trying to smuggle this beer.
We're smuggling this beer back to I don't know, like LA or something, right? And we're driving back so everyone else in Los Angeles can experience this beer. But on the way there, we're drinking them at the same time in the truck, in the really old truck.
Mm-hmm.
We're drinking them. Someone's in the back.
Which one of us is in the back? You have to tell me that now.
Okay, I think Andrew.
Which one of us has a Tommy gun? Drive a Tommy gun?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm driving, and then Randall's got a shotgun, and he's sitting in the front seat.
He's sitting shotgun with a shotgun.
He's sitting shotgun. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where the term came from.
But there's not much room.
We invented it on this trip. The term shotgun.
Yes, there's not much room in the back for the Tommy gun. So Andrew's kind of like standing on top of the beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because the entire bed of the truck is full of Anchor.
So we're not getting under any overpasses.
No.
Andrew's
Andrew's hitting his head on all of them.
Yeah.
Or I'm losing my head.
So we're drinking this beer because it's a long drive, right? And our car goes max 30 miles an hour. And so
it's in like some mason jars right now with our logo on it.
Yeah. And then we're driving and we're drinking them on the way, and then we get almost there, but we drank 29 of the 30 racks that we picked up. And so it was an 8-day trip and we drank a lot. So now we're only showing up with 1 30 rack of this beer, and like we're still heroes because of how good it is. I feel like that's what's going on.
Yeah, each person in the town gets one, and we sell them for like $10 a pop, like at the baseball.
It's one of those things where it was about the journey,
time.
not the destination.
Yeah, that sounds like an incredible time. And second of all, that needs to be a movie, 100%.
Yeah,
not directed.
That would be a fun movie.
That's a good Quentin Tarantino.
And we're like, we're stopping and like parking it in like the woods and like covering it with trees and then like setting up a fire like back in the woods and cooking beans and shit.
Yeah.
Or are we
Yeah,
just driving the whole time?
The movie's gonna be called like Beery and Clyde.
Beery and Clyde.
Yeah. I try to think of something clever for
I'd
Clyde, but I
maybe
couldn't think of it.
I'd go with something else, but you know, it's good. It was a good
Beer
try.
guys.
Beer guy.
Real Men of Genius is what the movie's called.
Real Men of Genius.
Yeah. Perfect. I would watch that twice. Especially if it starred us.
The Steamboat.
There you go. Yeah, we're on a boat. Even better. No cars. Fuck the car. That's out the window. New script. We're on a boat.
Everybody thinks that it's about the great invention of the steamboat, but really it's about a steam beer that we're trying to smuggle back into Los Angeles
Dude,
via
don't
the
start me.
water.
Don't start me.
I don't know. I think
tonight.
no. I think it'd be cool if it was set in like a semi like dystopian future where like they don't allow alcohol, so we're having to smuggle the beer still, but we're doing it on like an airboat through the swamps.
We found the last remaining
Anchor.
And it's called Anchor, bro. The movie's called Anchor. That's it.
That's it.
That's a great idea. I swear to God, if there's a movie, if like 3 years from now there's a movie, anything remotely resembling this, I'm done.
Every time I come up with an idea, it gets taken. That's why we had.
Yep.
That's why we had to hop on this as soon as we could. You know what I mean?
Me and Randall used to make ideas in secret. Like we'd be out in his backyard whispering to each other about shit because Google was always listening to us.
We legit had an idea one time in high school about colored pine tar for baseball bats, and 4 weeks later it got announced on Google. Like we found it on Google.
Dude, that's genius.
Yeah.
We had made it and tried it and got it to work, and then we found it on Google.
Yeah.
Like
I made it out of
later.
what did I make it out of? I made it out
Dude,
of
I
like
don't remember.
I
We used
melted
like food coloring and all kinds of stuff.
I melted candle wax, and then I used food coloring and I melted candle wax and a stick of pine tar mixed with food coloring, and it came out as colored pine tar, and it worked. And then someone else made it. We also melted it in Randall's driveway. So
yeah, I'm sure my dad.
That's why every time we say something, like Jill and I, if we're having a secret conversation, I make sure that like if the phones are on us, I start whispering. I'm like, hey, you gotta be quiet. The phone's listening.
Yeah, hey, don't say it much louder. We gotta be really quiet. Like imagine we're staying the night at my parents' house. You know, we gotta really quiet. No, I think I'm definitely with Andrew. I'm definitely getting like a water vibe from this, and it partially has to do just with the name. You know, I see an anchor on it, and I'm like boat. You know what I mean? But I feel like, dude, I'm just by myself. Honestly, I'm by myself, and I'm at like a bay somewhere. The bay I think of immediately is San Diego. Like I'm in the San Diego Bay. I'm just like chilling on a pier somewhere. Like I'm not in the water, but near it, and the sun's. It's kind of already set. It's more or less moonshine, like the shine of the moon that's on the water, you know?
Yes.
Like that glare from the moon on the water, and I've thrown back. I'm drinking one of these, and like the camera pans over, and there's already like 5 or 6 stacked beside me that are empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
No fire going though, because it's like 68 degrees with a slight breeze. It feels good. You know.
Yeah.
Us three
you don't
on a pontoon boat. Full moon, middle of the bay. I don't know where these fish are actually native, but middle of the bay. We don't have any lights on, and we're drinking these beers, fishing for some sturgeon.
Sturgeon, dude, sturgeon is the coolest looking fish. Have you seen them,
bro?
I'm
urging for a sturgeon.
Have you seen a sturgeon,
bro?
Yeah,
like at
like
if you go.
I'm urging for a sturgeon, man.
If you go in
sturgeon, dog.
We saw them at Bass Pro, dude.
Yeah, if you ever go into Bass Pro, they're crazy.
Urgent.
Oh yeah, okay.
The Bass Pro Shop in
I was
Memphis, the
wondering.
one that's like a gigantic pyramid. It has a pond in there, and there's literally sturgeon swimming around in it. These fish
They're
are
like
huge.
8 feet
They're
long and
they're like the
albino.
size of Andrew. Yeah.
Hey, did you know that the Grizzlies used to play in there, Sean?
Did they
Before
really?
Bass Pro bought it? Yeah.
Bass Pro bought it because the Grizzlies probably never won anything. It's probably cheap.
Wait, what?
Well,
The Memphis Grizzlies.
no basketball team ever plays in a pyramid.
Well, they should have.
It was a basketball court?
It
Yeah.
used to be. And like they used to
Before
do
Bass
like
Pro bought it.
I think they used to do like Monster Jam and all sorts of shit in there. Something like that. Irrelevant.
It's
Irrelevant.
huge. It's humongous.
So do we want to get to the final ratings or?
Yeah, I mean this one was kind of well. Here, let's we got a few more minutes to stay on regular time. What did y'all do this weekend for Memorial Day? We didn't even touch on it last week. I totally forgot. What did y'all wind up doing for this weekend?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You really did nothing, bro?
No, I'm moving. So I moved. That's all I did.
Or packing everything up.
And then we were gonna go on Memorial Day. We were gonna go to the pool, and I was gonna drink some beer. And then we went to Smoothie King first, and I got a smoothie, and the smoothie was better than any beer I could ever drink. So I just went to the pool and drank my smoothie. That was it.
They do make some bomb smoothies over at the Smoothie King.
They do. Power Punch Plus, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Caribbean jerk or something like that. It was like bananas and pineapple.
Caribbean Way.
And Caribbean Way. Yeah, bananas and strawberries and papaya juice. Oh, bro, it's so good.
I know their whole menu, bro.
What is the number 12?
They don't have numbers.
You smart motherfucker.
So this weekend. Also, Sean, where are you putting your stuff whenever you move out? Are you just gonna like put it in storage?
Oh no, I just lit it all on fire.
Okay, all right. So my favorite, what I did this weekend is I went to Junction, Texas, which is just outside of San Antonio.
Yes.
Well, not just outside; it's a ways outside.
On a map,
And
it's
Jill's
just
grandparents
outside.
have a place on the river, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, and they live on the river in Junction. And it's so beautiful, dude. So we went and swam in the river. We went to Six Flags in San Antonio. Just had a ball of a weekend. The only thing that sucked was driving back yesterday through 7 hours of like storms to get home.
It was storming over there?
No, it was storming the whole drive back to Dallas. The whole drive. Like storming.
What
like
road
Storm
do you
and
take
Norman.
to get back to Dallas?
I was gonna say that. I was like Storm and Norman.
Like a bunch of roads. I don't know.
Is there not a main one that you take?
I don't know. Jill drove.
Road.
Gotcha.
I didn't pay attention. I was just on my phone.
Most of them were paved. I don't,
Yeah. They had gas stations and yeah.
Yeah.
I did on Saturday. I did a whole bunch of schoolwork because that sounds like fun, right, guys?
Nice.
And I had some sports on in the background too. Didn't do much Saturday. Sunday, we went to the neighbors, and I've got a lot of. I wouldn't say a lot now, but I do have some leftover beers from podcast pasts.
I think I texted Randall on Sunday, and I said, "Hey, bro, what you doing?" And he texted me back, "Buzzing."
Yeah, I did.
That's a good answer.
I was though. I had a few beers and a margarita across the street at our neighbors celebrating, and then we went out to my aunt's house on Monday on Memorial Day, and yeah, I had about 6 or 7 more beers out there. Which, listen, I know to some people that might be listening, that might not sound like a lot, but to me, 6, 7 beers is a lot of beers. Okay.
I know it's kind of getting. I know it's pretty much summertime, but I feel like Memorial Day is always like the perfect holiday to have a bonfire. Like, not because of weather, but just because of like situational, like
Light
that's
one up
what
for
we
the
did.
heroes, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we did Sunday night, dude. We lit a fire, did some s'mores, had like laid on a blanket under the
I feel like
the lights by
any
the river,
holiday
dude.
that's
It was
celebrating an American flag, like 4th of July, New Year's, and like Memorial Day and stuff, it's appropriate to light a fire and make s'mores.
Absolutely. It's very Viking.
yeah,
Esque.
100%.
Well, making the s'mores part isn't Viking-esque, but the fire, yes.
Yes. How do you know? They might have made some.
Well,
I don't know. That seems more like
also,
a really wussy American thing that happened. You know what I mean? We were like,
Freaking wussies.
we were like, oh, let's light this fire, and then somebody was like, oh, let's
I
put
got
chocolate
s'mores.
over it
Yeah.
and melt it. It was some marshmallows, and those, then they were like, why the hell would you do that? That's some wussy shit. And they were like,
Nah,
no,
man.
just try it. And then they were like, holy
Dude.
shit, this shit's delicious.
We gotta stop talking about this because I live in an apartment and I'm about to go outside and I'm about to light a fire and cook some hot dogs on it.
Bro, just
parking
light the
lot?
fire on your
Well,
stove.
In the parking lot.
dude, there's a burger.
What are the repercussions to lighting a fire in the bed of your truck?
Technically, it's your property. I wouldn't, as long as there's not a
mean-
burn ban. I mean, your car might catch on fire and explode because that's where your gas tank is right below your bed of your truck. But
Yeah, I got a bed liner. It's plastic. It'll be all right. What's some CO2 emissions?
There's a burger place in Junction, and they have a burger called the Red, White, and Blue Burger, which is a burger where they take hot dogs and cut them in half down the middle and put them on the burger as well, and then add all the other stuff that goes on a burger. So you have just a great good old fashioned American barbecue on a
Heck
burger.
yeah. That's how Five Guys makes their hot dogs. You ever had a Five Guys hot dog? They cut them in half.
I have not.
well, they
Super
do.
weird.
They cook a lot faster if you cut them in half.
Do they really? I mean,
And a
it's
hot
just
dog cooks fast already.
Yeah, it's a hot dog. It's not like most meats you don't cut them before you cook them because you want to preserve the juices, right? To cook them, get the flavor. But it's a hot dog. Who gives a shit? It's literally pig butt. Like who cares?
It's a lot of other things.
Well,
as
no,
well.
it's a whole bunch of
pig. Yeah.
Yeah, it's anything that doesn't get turned into bacon, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
and the hot dogs are good, dude.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll
hot
eat a hot dog.
dogs-
I don't matter what's in it.
Hot dogs are good in an adequate quantity.
I'll eat 6.
That's fine
I like
quantity,
hot
though.
dogs.
But I'm talking like when I can't eat them like day, like back to back days.
I'll eat 6 hot dogs, but it'll be every 6 months.
Right, like a burger.
Right.
I could eat a burger every day for the rest of my life. I
Yeah.
can't eat a hot
Yeah.
dog every day for the rest of my life.
Well, I don't know. A chili cheese dog with onions on it, I could probably have twice a week. I could see myself having it twice a week.
Maybe
Honestly,
twice
yeah.
a week for me.
It just depends on the wiener. Like
Well, that's with anything.
if you're you could break it up. Monday,
Do you like all beef franks or do you like regular hot
Beef.
dogs?
Well, beef is
Oh.
better.
all hot dogs? I've never eaten them side by side.
Beef franks are better.
Chili cheese on Monday, Chicago style on Tuesday. What's another one? What am I missing? Just ketchup and mustard on Wednesday.
I
Here's the
couldn't do
thing,
that. I
you
couldn't
can-
do that.
You can put any topping. This is the one thing that throws a hot dog off for me. You can put anything on a hot dog, and I'll probably like it. I mean, I like a lot of things on my hot dogs. Don't get me wrong, but no matter what, that wiener always tastes the same.
It does, yeah. No, I
With
agree.
like with a burger and like chicken sandwich and stuff, you can always make it somewhat taste different with how you season it or something. A hot dog, the meat inside a hot dog always tastes the same no matter what.
the quality of the meat is always generally not great.
Yeah. But
Well, you know what? Sean introduced me to a place on 105 called Bully Dogs. Have you ever been to that place?
It's Bulldoggies.
Or Bulldoggies, what is it?
Respect the
Bulldoggies,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, Bulldoggies.
Bulldoggies. They can cook
That
hot
place
dogs,
is
dude.
insane.
Oh, that place is
amazing.
amazing. I think
If-
anybody
dude,
should go
let
try
me-
that.
let
But
me
I
break it
still
down.
I could only go there so often still.
Let me break it down. If
Yeah,
you've never heard of Bulldoggies, these aren't hot dogs.
Those are beef, by the
These
way.
are-
They use beef.
These are do they really?
Yeah.
When
Hebrew
it's
National.
I'm pretty sure they raise the prices like once a month because it's I don't think a lot of people go in there. but it's like $8 for a hot dog. That's how you know it's good, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but
expensive.
Yeah, well,
it's a
it-
full ass meal though, with everything
The
they
hot
put
when
on
dogs
you
it.
are
introduced me
literally
to
the
that
size
place,
of like your arm, but
Yeah,
like
the Sean introduced me to that place, and the next day I told my dad, I said, "Dad, I know where we're going for lunch tomorrow." And I took my dad there, and now he takes he takes his business partner there all the time. They go
dude,
there
it's
all the
so
time.
good. They
that
know how to
place
cook a
slaps,
freaking
dude.
hot dog, man.
They do. They do.
Is that an American food? Hot dog?
It has to be one of the most American foods on the planet. I feel like
Yeah.
we had to have created that.
Besides like burgers and pizza?
Well, I'm sure realistically, I'm sure maybe not pizza so much, but burgers probably existed at some point before that.
Yeah, probably.
It's just a cut of, I mean, it's ground up beef, but I'm sure people were cutting up beef and putting it in between two pieces of bun before we did.
Yeah, probably. But were they slapping bacon on it and mustard and lettuce
Cheese.
and cheese and
That's a whole nother
tomatoes
freaking topic,
and
dude.
onions? Yeah.
I feel like the bacon cheeseburger wasn't
Yeah.
a thing until like 2011.
Yeah, whoever made a
Arby's.
hamburger, good
We
job,
have
guy.
the meats.
Good job. But
Yeah.
whoever made a bacon double cheeseburger, give me a kiss on the mouth,
Yeah.
please.
I feel like they were
Tongue,
like
with tongue.
with tongue, yeah.
Yeah.
Stick
Yeah.
your fingers in my mouth and just do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I know you still got some beef juice on there.
I always got beef juice on my tongue, dog. What you talking about? Come on.
Always,
All right.
man.
Okay, it's time to get into the final ratings, guys. We got to get out of here.
All right.
We got to
I
get out
went
of here
first
before it
last
gets
time.
any worse.
So, wait. Everybody drink, because I'm Brewmaster, and we're about to be done. So
got-
do them one more time.
So unfortunately, I normally buy a 6-pack, but of Anchor beers, I only bought 2. Now knowing how they taste, I should have bought a 6-pack. So instead, I will be drinking a Hopadillo for this.
Nope. You broke it. You broke the rules.
Well, I'm out.
Okay, well, you broke the rules.
It's not that I don't want to. I
No
want
more
them.
drinking. No more drinking. Can't drink the Hopadillo for the rest of the podcast. Got to put it down.
Dude, I want
Andrew looks like he's about to fucking fight my ass right now.
I want to at least tie this with the Crawford Bach, but I think I've got to leave it. Listen, taste for taste. I'm gonna say
Talking T for T.
T for T, baby. T for T. They're neck and neck. I mean, they're really good. This is up there, 100%. But I think I'm gonna keep mine at a 9.5 for this, just based off the can.
Is it the first time you've tried it?
This is the first time I've had it. Yeah.
The first time I've had it
Okay.
too. I didn't even
So-
notice. I did not even.
It was a
notice
pleasant
beer existed.
surprise. It was a pleasant surprise for all of us. Then
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm halfway done with my third one, and it's only 4.9, but that's close enough to 5 to where I got a slight buzz going on too.
I think that's
Yeah.
another thing too that is going to bring me down keep me at a 9.5 instead of a 9.6, and tying it with the Crawford is because a Crawford is a little bit higher in alcohol content. I think isn't it like a 5.2 or something?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that
that's
up.
a good
just to be
point, though.
safe.
That's a good.
I
That's a
gave-
good point. That's a very good point.
I gave the Crawford. I'm pretty sure I gave the Crawford a 10, like
Yeah,
a
you
perfect
did.
10. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna raise my rating. I'm gonna give this one a 9.7.
Ooh, no, I'm wrong.
9.7.
It's higher than a Crawford Bach. A Crawford Bach is 4.5.
9.8.
Ooh.
I was way wrong, and I apologize to everybody.
0.4% though. 0.4%
No.
though is like really ain't gonna do
Keep
much.
9.7. I'm not gonna go 9.8 just because it's really good.
I'm gonna go. I'm
But it needs
keeping
to
mine low because the
prestige.
can.
It needs to prestige, and I'm not gonna give it a 9.8 because the can is not great. It's
If it
just
had have
yellow.
been the old can, I think I would have bumped it back up. If they
I'm
go
not
back
even
to the
gonna
old
pretend.
can, I might bump it back up to a 9.6. But base flavor alone, oh man, it's up there for me.
Yeah, 9.7. It's fantastic. The initial flavor. So we've had a lot of beers on this podcast, and a lot of them do weird
31 to be
things.
exact.
31 beers. A lot of them do strange things. Maybe more than that because we did the Christmas special.
Hmm.
Hold on, I got to catch my breath.
That's true.
I just chugged.
I'm going 9.9.
Oh my god.
I want to say the
Man.
number, but I
Andrew,
can't.
do it.
I
Bust through.
can't say the number.
Bust through, Andrew.
I can't, bro.
That's
I
higher
can't.
than your Crawford
I
rating.
can't
You like it better than the
because I
Crawford?
don't. Yes, I don't know where it's. Oh, no, I wouldn't say it's. What did I rate Crawford?
You rated Crawford a 9 flat, so you initially rated this one higher.
Oh,
Give it a 9.9
wow.
and give the Crawford a 10.
Well,
Give something a 10.
9.9, bro. I have to go 9.9. I have to go 9.9.
Wow.
Okay.
I can't convince myself because I feel like there's gonna be something better, but this is. I love this beer.
It's really good, yeah.
It's so good.
So what I was gonna say
It's
is
very good.
there's a lot of weird, like it's not just a taste thing with beer. Like all beers have a taste, you know. But we've noticed. I know y'all remember that there's certain beers that have a very strong like forward taste. Like you immediately taste it, but then it goes away instantly.
Yeah.
No aftertaste, no like during taste, like nothing. Like you taste it and then it's gone. And there's some beers that taste really good when you're drinking them with no aftertaste, blah, blah, blah. This one tastes good all the way. Like it tastes good when you first drink
agree.
it. It tastes good when you're doing a chug, like when you're taking multiple sips at once.
Mhm.
And it has a really good aftertaste. So it has a really good overall profile. Like
Yeah.
all those things come
I
to one. The
concur.
taste is good in all 3 steps.
I do agree. All right, so I mean that's probably the highest rated beer on the podcast.
Is it really?
I think so. I mean that's an average of 9.7.
Man, it's good, dude. Yeah, it's really good.
That's pretty crazy. We do have
I like it a lot.
We do have a little bit of news. I meant to say this at the beginning, but you know, I guess if you're a true enough listener, you're going to listen to the end anyways. We have a big break coming from the podcast as Shawn is going out of town for a little over a month.
Sorry.
So we're going to be taking 4 or 5 weeks off, but we do have some good news coming about while he's gone. We're not going to say it just yet, but if you follow us on socials, especially on Twitter, we'll announce it then whenever it happens, and maybe I'll try to put out a little like trailer episode thing where it's just a couple minutes, you know, announcing it as well. We'll see, but yeah, I wanted to let everybody know that there's not going to be any new episodes. So if you haven't watched or listened to any of the ones before, you can catch up during this time.
You got 30 other ones to go listen to. So
yeah, exactly.
hey,
Season
guys,
2 is coming.
Yeah,
just wanna
when-
say
when-
it's
when he comes
coming
back,
round
it
the
is gonna be
bend.
season 2.
we just wrapped season 1.
Yeah, season 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
That's weird. 31
Wow.
episodes. What an odd number to end on, you know. But
it
sometimes
is.
perfection comes in odd numbers, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a quote, but it is now.
Well, 31 times 3, you know what that is?
I'm gonna say
93.
anything Randall says is quotable. So
It is urgent for sturgeon, bro. Come on, man.
a little bit of TNT and it's emerging for surgeon.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's time. It's also time for anybody that's listening still to go follow us on socials. Twitter and TikTok is at Off the Tap Pod. Everything else, Instagram, Facebook, our website. Patreon is Off the Tap Podcast. Hit us up if you so desire. The website's coming along. If you want to come go check it out, there's a little bit of the teaser of the surprise that's coming up.
Yeah.
But man, I think Shawn should end this one.
I really want to say something to you guys before we end it. It's just, if you ain't getting dirty. Ahoy!
Yeah.